Hey everybody, it's Chris at Oak Street Garden Shop. This is, I don't know what number on our series of bow making videos, and gradually we've gotten a little more advanced with the bow making. We just started making mixed bows a couple years ago, and now it's like, you know, people really love all the different patterns of ribbon together. And it's a great way to mix in inexpensive ribbon with more expensive ribbon. You get a little bit of a different look through the bow. So there's a number of different ways to do this. This bow is a 5-yard bow. It is 1 yard of each of these ribbons. And you can play around with what ribbons you want to put together. And the way we do our bows here, we start from the back and work our way up. Many videos I've watched work the other way, and my brain doesn't work that way. I've never made bows that way, so I'm gonna show you how I do it. So on this bow, I'm gonna start with this ribbon and work our way this way. So you can see this ribbon right here, Harry, is at the top. And then the red is next, the gold, the green, and the stripe. So we're gonna start with the stripe. Slide this out of the way. And you can see I've got different widths here as well. This is a wider width on that, which is going to be right in the middle. All right, so again, let's look at this bow again and just see how many loops we've got on each pattern of ribbon. There's one loop right here, there's one loop right here, and there are 2 tails. So for each of these yard pieces, we're going to do 2 loops and a tail. If you've watched the other videos, and I hope you have, you might want to start with watching the 5-yard basic wreath bow. That gives you the technique in how to make a basic bow, and then we've moved on to different ways to do. So we're going to do, though, the same kind of thing we did. We're going to make a loop, and we're going to make a loop. Try to make our tails, you know, kind of the same. You can see this is all kind of the same. You could make the back loops bigger and graduate to smaller, but with just a yard of ribbon on each, I don't know that I would do that. So if you look at this ribbon, I've got the tails kind of on the same side pretty much. So that's what I'm going to do. Actually, the green one was up here. So I'm going to, you see, you could play around with this a little bit. So I'm going to take the green now, I'm going to smush it together. I'm going to have that tail up there. And I'm going to twist it. Remember how we did thumb under, twist up? And we're going to have on that, we're going to have a green tail up here and a green tail down here. So we're already starting to get a little loosey-goosey with it. Which is kind of the fun thing about all this mixed stuff, is you can really play around with stuff. And I'm gonna kind of adjust this in my hand. Again, it's not going anywhere. I mean, it's all there. No big deal. Now we get to the big mama jama. And I'm gonna start with a tail, I think up here. I could have started down here. I could have started over there. It doesn't matter. You do whatever speaks to you with this. All right, twisting it really close to the center, because that's a wide ribbon in there. Okay, you see that? Straightening it, thumb under. Straighten that tail. I'm gonna bring that tail down there. Bring that one back up, that up. All right, now we're to the red. And this one, I think I'll take the tail down this way. Okay, smush it. And remember we twist, and this one's, we're gonna twist that up. Thumb under, twist. You see I'm adjusting it as I go. This would be really good, like, on a garland. Be really beautiful. On a 14-inch wreath, this would be really fun. All right, now, let's take these tails on this one up this way. You see, we've kind of got a wrong side there and a right side. So we're gonna take our right side. We're gonna twist. You always gotta remember your wrong side and your right side, man. Otherwise you end up with a really crazy looking bow. See, that's not as pretty. You see that? It's subtle. All right, there we go. All right, there is our mixed bow. Now I'm gonna tie this off and then we'll adjust it a little bit. But that's just a little 5-yard mixed bow. That's not a lot of ribbon, not a lot of expense. If you just wanna buy a yard of this, a yard of that, a yard of this, and make a little bow, you got it. It's very easy. All right, I'm gonna take my 20 gauge wire. 20 gauge floral wire is what this is. It's thick enough, I like the thickness of it. You can go heavier. I don't like to go much heavier than 20, at least personally. It's not my favorite. Now this is a lot of fabric. So this one you do have to clutch just a little bit tighter. Take our zip tie. Actually, I'm gonna use a white one. I don't want it to show. Look at our flat side. We wanna get that right. There's the flat side. Oh, we got the wire, good. All right, here we go. Get that right in there to tighten it off. And zip tie that baby up. Okay, here we go. And that is a mixed 5-yard bow. Now I will come back on this. I'm not gonna do it on this video, but I will come back and cut some of these at an angle, cut some at a V, really finish it off. There you have it. And it just needs a little bit of fluffing. 5 yards of 1 yard each, 5 ribbons. There you have it, a mixed bow. If you want to see some other bow making videos, click on the screen. We've got a bunch of them on this series, and I hope they help you out. We're gonna do one more. We'll be right back.